Hey everyone, it's Sanni. This is going to be my third installment of Makeup Detox, and it's going to be the no makeup. So this is the kind of makeup that I do when I want to look polished, but like really look like I'm wearing, well, I'm still wearing a little bit of makeup, but really look like I'm wearing almost nothing. So this is kind of my favorite way of doing no makeup. And I'm also going to do two little announcements here in the beginning, so you can just forward wind past them if you're not interested, if you just want to see the tutorial. But firstly, I had my hair extensions in today. I am so happy. They're actually, I put a picture on Instagram. I'll put a link to my Instagram below. So in the front, they're about that length, and in the back, they're kind of like halfway down my back. And I'm so happy. I've been meaning to do this for a long time. It's been a couple of years since I cut my hair, and I've been missing it. And also my hair is kind of very fine, so I never have tons of hair anyway, so I am really happy. I did them at NYX London. I'll put a link to the salon below as well, so if you're in London, check them out. She did an amazing job. My hair was done by, I think her name is Vicina. It was the first time I had my hair done with her, so if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, so she did a great job. She was like great to chat to, and I'm completely in love. They are great lengths, and yeah, the quality is amazing, and the work she did is great. And the second announcement is I'm actually filming a different location, and that is because I'm in a different city. So I am not in Paris, I'm in London, and I'm going to be in London for 2 to 3 months. And so the setup is, this is the first time I'm using this setup. Like, I brought my camera and my lights over and stuff, but I'm filming in a different place. So I hope this works. If it doesn't, like, let me know. And I also broke one of the lights on the way here, so I only have one light at the moment until I replace it. But so it's kind of like more just like one big light facing that way, and whereas I have two. But yeah, so I'm going to play around with that. But yeah, I'm going to be in London for a couple of months, and I'm really excited about it. Lots of London shopping. Oh my god, I love Selfridges Beautiful. It's my mecca. I cannot wait to spend more time there. But do let me know if you're in London and say hi. And but I'm going to stop with all of the rest of the stuff, and I'm just going to get started with my no makeup. So I'm going to start with misting my face with some Rose Hydrating Mist. This is by MV Organic Skincare, and it's Australian. Just any kind of really hydrating mist. What you want is your skin to kind of have a perfect base. And for me, I've got issues with pores just here. So as my primer, I'm actually going to use the Bioderma Sebium Pore Refiner. I love this stuff. It is just amazing. And I especially concentrate on like middle of my forehead here, and then here where I have large pores. My go-to no makeup is the Giorgio Armani Face Fabric, and I am in the shade number 2. And this is so kind of traceless, I would say, that I use it on even men all the time. And I am gonna just do it with my fingers. I always feel like when I want the like least possible like visibility on this type of foundation, it does have silicones in it, but this type of finish, I just do it with my fingers. This does have quite a strong scent to it, so it depends, like, and it's almost like a unisex scent, I would say. So it depends if you like scents, but it does kind of give you a very, it's a light coverage, light to moderate, I wouldn't say. For me, moderate is less than medium, I guess. And I do need a little bit of concealer with it, but it's like in person, it's really not very detectable at all. I'm using a little bit of NYX HD Concealer, and this is in medium, I think, and I'm using an Inglot 6SS brush. So I'm just going over a couple of spots that I have on my chin. I recently watched a Kristen Game video where she says she has a bad habit of doing this, so do I. And check out Kristen's channel below. Although I'm sure you're subscribed to her, but if you're not, check her out. That girl from Wisconsin rocks. I like to use this kind of a fluffy brush for concealer in a no makeup look because it just really kind of makes it undetectable. Under my eyes, I'm going to use the Armani High Precision, I think this is, High Precision Retouch. That's the name in France, but I'm sure it's actually called something completely different elsewhere. And I am just being very light-handed with it. I'm going to keep using the same Inglot brush to buff out the product into my skin. I'm going to use a little bit of Lorac Eye Primer, and I'm just going to put it with my finger. Well, actually I tend to do this. I do both lids at the same time. I have no idea why I'm in the habit of doing this. For cheeks, I really like to use a cream blush, and I'm going to use Have a Lovely Day. This is by MAC. Why am I showing you that? And I'm also using the MAC 187 brush, because this, for me, the shade you choose will depend on your skin tone. I'm a MAC NC25, and this just really, really works for me. It's kind of a mauvey color, but it just looks, when I apply it, it just kind of is the color that I would blush. I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Universal Loose Powder and the Real Techniques, what is this called? Setting brush. I'm not going to like put tons of powder on, but I am going to set under my eyes and then kind of where my pores are. And with the Armani, well, with the Bioderma and the Armani Face Fabric and this powder, I can get them to disappear, which I love. Then I'm also going to go over where I just did a little bit of concealing and just the middle of the forehead. A little bit of bronzer. Now, I like a bronzer with a tiny bit of shimmer for natural looks, because your skin naturally is not matte, so it doesn't make any sense to me to go 100% matte. So I'm using Tarte's Park Avenue Princess, one of my all-time favorite blushes, and the amazing Tom Ford blushes, bronzers, and the amazing Tom Ford bronzer brush. And I'm going to be very light-handed about this. I don't want to look too bronzed. I'm not changing my own coloring as such very much, but I am kind of doing the 3 and the E. Eyes, I keep simple. So a natural eyelid is not matte. It is actually a natural eyelid, has a little bit of a sheen to it. So I'm going to use, this is a color by byTerry, and it's their powder eyeshadow in number 3, Ginger Biscuit. And this is like a champagne-y color, but it's not warm. And I'm going to use a 217. So I know that a lot of people can't necessarily get their hands on byTerry. You could use MAC's Naked, but it is a warmer shade. Can't think of a MAC shade off the top of my head that would match this. But it has, so it doesn't have glitter or like outright shimmer, but it's just has a nice satin finish to it. And the way it wears is really nice during the day. So I just do a wash all over the eyelid, and I also go into the inner corner of the eye. This eye makeup is the most simple eye makeup I ever do, but I do it so much because it's just, you can do it almost without looking in the mirror. Then I'm just going to keep using the same brush, and I'm switching to Bobbi Brown's Malted. Hit pan on that. This is a color that I use so much, and it's the number 28. And I am just going to do a very light crease. This color is matte, but because there is a satiny color underneath, it doesn't give that kind of, you know, too much of a matte finish. And just define your crease lightly, but, you know, don't do anything too much, I would say. Because it's not meant to look like you're wearing tons of eyeshadow. It's just kind of creating definition. Under my eyes, I'm going to use this Rimmel Scandalise pencil in 004 Taupe. This is one of my all-time favorites. I just do, so I'm like literally not, this is the only bit of liner that we're doing. So I'm just doing halfway into the eye. This is just creating like a little shadow on my lash line. I'm not going all the way in. CoverGirl Clump Crusher in black brown on my lower lashes. If you I've got lash extensions on, so if I didn't, I would just curl my lashes and put a little bit of this on, but because I have the extensions, I'm not doing anything. And I'm really lightly, like I'm super lightly using this as well. I don't want too much of it on. So I'm just like really lightly touching my lashes. And then I just brush through them as well with a spoolie, just so that there is no clumps. Actually, I'm going to brush through my top lashes as well. My extensions are now 2.5 weeks old, so that's when they kind of start pointing in a couple of different directions. It's usually at this point, so I have to get them done at 3.5 weeks usually. For eyebrows, I'm just brushing my eyebrows up. I'm going to use one of my favorite products, the Laura Mercier Brow Set, and this is in Fair. They have 3 colors, I think, and I'm just using an angled brush. This sets your brow and it defines it, and I use this. This has been a long-term favorite, so I venture into other products for sure. Like, I have tons of brow products, but this is one that I come back to. And so what I like to do when the look is a little bit more natural or no makeup, I apply the product, but then I really brush it out after. I don't want too much of a super defined brow. Now for me, a nude lip is actually a matte lip. So when you're not wearing anything on your lips, they're not glossy, they're not shiny unless you're licking them all the time. So that's what I'm going to do. I am using the No. 7 lip pencil in Nude. And I'm just going to lightly define my lip line. And then, oh my god, I love this lipstick. This is by Lipstick Queen and it is called Nude Sinner. I am so in love with this. And what I like to do is I just take my middle finger and I just pat it on. This stays on like a dream. And it is like the perfect Your Lips But Better type color. And to finish off, I'm going to use the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. I just spray. And that's my no makeup end of my detox series done. Next week I'm going to do favorites of like my January favorites, and then we're going to move on to other stuff in February. But thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you again soon. Bye!